lovely listeners, welcome to Spanish with Solange. Today's episode is episode 35, Expressions Native Speakers Use. This is the semi-last episode of the unit number 3, which is Idioms and Natural Spanish. Hello everyone and welcome back to Spanish with Solange. I am delighted you are joining me today for another exciting lesson. Over the past 2 episodes, we will explore some of the most common Spanish idioms and learn how to use them naturally in conversations. Today, we are taking another important step towards sounding like a native speaker. One of the most biggest differences between textbooks Spanish and real-life Spanish is the use of everyday expressions. Native speakers don't always speak exactly as grammar books teach us. Instead, they use short, natural expressions that make conversation smoother, warmer, and more authentic. By the end of today's lesson, you will discover several expressions that the Spanish speaker use every day and learn how to include them naturally in your own conversations. So, let's begin. Why everyday expression matters? Imagine two people saying exactly the same thing. Person A says, sí. Person B says, claro. Both mean yes, but the second one sounds warmer and much more natural. This is the difference between speaking Spanish correctly and speaking Spanish naturally. These small expressions help conversations flow more smoothly and make you sound more confident. Learning tip. Don't think of this expression as extra vocabulary. Think of them as conversation tools. Native speakers use them constantly because they help express emotions, agreements, surprise, hesitation, and friendliness. Expression number 1. Claro. One of the most common expressions you will ever hear. Literally, claro means clear, but in conversation, it often means, of course, absolutely, certainly. For example, ¿me puedes ayudar? Claro. Or, ¿vienes mañana? Claro que sí. Notice that native speakers often prefer claro instead of simply saying sí. Pro tip. Adding que sí makes your answer even more warmer and more enthusiastic. Now, mini dialogue. Ana, ¿quieres venir al cine esta noche? Laura, claro, hace mucho que no voy. Notice how natural that sounds. Expression 2. No pasa nada. This is one of the friendliest expressions in Spanish. Literally, nothing happens, but its real meaning is, it's okay, no problem, don't worry. Imagine someone arrives a few minutes late. Instead of becoming upset, you smile and say, no pasa nada. Or perhaps someone accidentally drops your pen again. No pasa nada. Common mistakes. Some learners translate literally and become confused. Remember, its real meaning is restaurants. Now, a mini dialogue. Carlos, perdón por llegar tarde. María, no pasa nada, acabamos de empezar. Simple, friendly, very natural. Expression number 3. Qué bien. Native speakers love reacting enthusiastically. Instead of simply saying good, they often say qué bien, meaning that's great, wonderful. Examples: aprobé el examen, qué bien, or voy a viajar a España este verano, qué bien, seguro que lo vas a disfrutar. Notice how this expression immediately makes conversation feel more positive. Pro tip: react naturally. Native speakers don't only answer questions, they react expressions like qué bien, qué suerte, qué buena idea. Make conversations feel more dynamic. If you only answer sí or no, your Spanish may sound correct but less natural. Expression 4. A ver. Now there is one you will hear constantly. Literally, let's see. But native speakers often use it to gain a few seconds to think. For example, ¿qué opinas? A ver, creo que depende de la situación. Notice something important. This expression isn't about saying, it's about organizing your thoughts before speaking. It's the Spanish equivalent of saying, well, let's see. Now, mini dialogue. Pedro, ¿qué hacemos este fin de semana? Lucía, a ver, podríamos ir a la playa. Very natural, very common. Memory tip. When learning expressions, don't memorize them individually. Instead, imagine a real conversation. Your brain remembers situations far better than isolate vocabulary. For example, friend apologize, no pasa nada. Friends tell good news, qué bien. Someone asks for help, claro. Someone asks your opinion, a ver. This method helps expressions become automatic. 3 common learners' mistakes. Let's review. Speaking too formally all the time. No. Textbooks Spanish is useful. Conversation Spanish is essential. Translating directly from English, natural expressions rarely translate perfectly. Learn them as complete phrases. Being afraid to sound expressive. Native speakers use emotion, smile, react, show enthusiasm. Language isn't only grammar, it's communication. A speaking workshop. Now, let's practice together. Imagine these situations. Situation number 1. A friend asks if you can help them move house. How will you answer? Excellent. You answer with claro. Situation number 2. Someone accidentally spills coffee. What do you say? Exactly. No pasa nada. Situation number 3. Your friends tells you they've been accepted to the university. Your reaction. Perfect. You answer with que bien. Situation number 4. Someone suddenly asks your opinion about a film. You need a second to think. How do you begin? That's right. You answer with after. Fantastic. These little expressions will make a huge difference to your fluency. Cultural moment. Did you know that conversation in Spanish often sounds warm up because speakers regularly express encouragement and emotion? Whether you are in Spain, Colombia, Mexico, Argentina, the Dominican Republic, or many other Spanish-speaking countries, you will hear people saying, "Qué bien!" Claro, no pasa nada. These expressions help create a relaxed and friendly atmosphere. Learning them isn't just about vocabulary, it's about understanding the ring and personality of Spanish conversations. A final challenge before our next lesson. We would like you to have a short conversation with yourself, or even better, with a friend. Your challenge is to use today's 4 expressions naturally. Claro, no pasa nada, que bien, a ver. Don't worry about being perfect. Focus on something natural and relaxed. The more often you use these expressions, the more authentic your Spanish will become. Word for word today, you will discover that sounding like a native speaker isn't only about knowing more vocabulary or more grammar. It's also about choosing the small expressions that make conversations feel genuine, friendly, and effortless. Every time you use expressions like claro, no pasa nada, or a ver, you are taking another step towards speaking Spanish with greater confidence and authenticity. Thank you so much for spending part of your day learning with me. Keep listening, keep practicing, and remember that every conversation is another opportunity to grow. In our next lesson, we will reach another exciting milestone as we continue expanding your natural Spanish. We will explore new expressions, practical communication strategies, and even more ways to help you sound comfortable and confident in real-life conversations. I can't wait to continue this journey with you. Until next time, cuídense mucho, sigan aprendiendo y recuerden que cada conversación los acerca un paso más a la fluidez. Hasta la próxima. Chao, chao.